were 12 challenges to determine which AI is the best. These challenges will be split into 4 parts: writing, maths, reasoning, and just some basic coding questions. Meet our 3 contestants: Gemini, Google's amazing AI; ChatGPT, the most downloaded AI ever; and DeepSeek, the AI which erased $1 trillion from the US stock market. With no time to waste, let's get started. Okay, so starting with maths. Question number 1. A shirt costs $20 and a jacket costs 3 times as much. If you buy both with a $100 bill, how much change do you get? Okay, so starting with Gemini. Gemini gave a perfect answer. It took no time to answer it, and it was pretty easy to understand, and the answer was in fact correct. The answer is $20. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT did do it fast, sort of, but it just took a bit too much time, and it was a bit too complicated, but it did get the answer correctly. DeepSeek. Now, DeepSeek was a bit similar like ChatGPT. It took a bit too much time and was a bit too complicated, but still it got it correct. In this case, Gemini gets the point because it was the most easy to understand and was just laid out perfectly. Next, a phone costs $500. It's on a 20% discount, but after the discount, a 10% tax is applied. What is the final price? Starting with Gemini. Gemini, like always, gave a perfect answer, made it pretty simple to understand, and the layout was perfect. And they got the answer $440, which is correct. So, good job. ChatGPT. Same like last time, it did a bit too overcomplication, but still got the answer perfectly fine. DeepSeek, same like ChatGPT, just a bit too much time and was a bit too overcomplicated, but it got the question correct. So for this, Gemini takes the point. Last one of the maths. What is 25 times 4 divided by 2 plus 10? Now this requires a bit of a BODMAS skills, which is like a specific order to do all the equations. Okay, so starting with Gemini. Gemini explained it pretty well, did it fast, and got the answer correct, which is 60. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT this time explained it thoroughly, and it made it easy to understand and got the answer correct. Next, DeepSeek. DeepSeek was good. It was the same as Gemini. It did good, but it was no match for ChatGPT. So for this round, ChatGPT gets the point. The total score for maths is 2 points for Gemini, 1 point for ChatGPT, and 0 points for DeepSeek. Let's see if DeepSeek can get its points back. Okay, so now we are on to reasoning, part 2. Keeping in mind that Gemini is in the lead right now. So let's see if the other AIs can beat it. Starting with question 1. Which word connects these 3? Sleep, pillow, and nap. Starting with Gemini. Gemini gave a simple 1-word answer, which was rest, which is correct. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave a pretty detailed answer, and that was perfect because there was no too much complication, neither there was too less detail, so that was perfect. Next, DeepSeek. Now DeepSeek, compared to ChatGPT, did a bit too much detail, but the winner of this round was ChatGPT. On to question number 2. A father and son were in a car accident. The father died and the son was rushed to the hospital. The doctor said, "I can't operate on him. He's my son. How is this possible?" Now Gemini gave, again, a simple answer. The answer was the doctor is his mother, without no detail, without nothing. So Gemini, you did sort of good. Next, ChatGPT. This time ChatGPT, like last time, gave a much detailed answer explaining why some people might think that the doctor was a male, but in this case the doctor is his mother. And DeepSeek, it was similar like ChatGPT. It described it without too much complication. So for this round, ChatGPT and DeepSeek get the point. Last question of reasoning. What number comes next? 2, 4, 8, 16. Starting with Gemini. Gemini wrote 32 and described it. Good. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT described it perfectly, so it was the same like Gemini. Now DeepSeek as well, it was the same. It described it and the answer was correct, 32. So for this round, all of the AIs get the point because all of the answers were pretty similar and they were all correct. So the total score for reasoning not combined with the maths is 3 points for ChatGPT, 2 points for DeepSeek and 1 point for Gemini. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, now we are on to part 3, writing. Starting with question number 1. Write a short message around 50 words convincing someone to drink more water every day. Starting with Gemini. Gemini gave a good answer. Like the answer was easily explainable to a kid and this might make a kid drink water. It was perfect. It was less than 50 words, which the goal was it has to be around 50 words and Gemini did it perfectly, explained it perfect. Next, ChatGPT. This time ChatGPT made it a bit too overcomplicated. For example, metabolism. I don't think a child would know what metabolism is, and all the rest were similar. For example, ChatGPT made some words a bit too overcomplicated for children to understand. Next, DeepSeek. DeepSeek did it good, but compared to Gemini, it was a bit worse because Gemini got the point for this round. So for this round, Gemini gets the point. Question number 2. Finish this in 1 sentence. I was about to send the text, but then I saw a message that changed everything. For this question, all of the AIs did perfect. They explained it perfectly and it all made sense. So I'll give the point to all of the AIs. Question number 3 of writing. What's wrong with this sentence? She don't have no time for that. Now, of course, it does not make sense. So Gemini said it doesn't make sense and it did it perfectly. But the layout was a bit complicated. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT this time gave a bit of a weird answer. It gave the answer as she doesn't have any time for that, which does make sense, but it's a bit complicated. For example, it doesn't make sense sometimes, but then it makes sense. So, yes. Next, DeepSeek. Now, DeepSeek gave a perfect answer. DeepSeek said she doesn't have time for that and removed the no in the sentence because it was double negative. Now, even though Gemini did do good, it was no compared to DeepSeek. So DeepSeek gets the point. That was good. The total for writing was 2 points to Gemini, 2 points to DeepSeek, and 1 singular point to ChatGPT. Let's move on to the final and last round. Okay, so now we are on to the last challenge, part 4, basic coding. Starting with question number 1, fix the small mistake in the Python code. Print hello world. Now, Gemini explained it perfect as always. because it just simplified it and just said that because print is a function, it requires parentheses. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT did it almost the same as Gemini, and it was perfect. It says it needs the parentheses and it added it. Now DeepSeek made it a bit too overcomplicated, so for this round Gemini and ChatGPT both get a point. Okay, now we are on to the next question. What will this Python code print? X equals 5, X equals X plus 2, print X. Now all of this is Python, so if you want me to make a video about that, you can comment it below. Back to the question. Now Gemini in this instance gave a simplified answer and explained it well, because it said that X is 5, so X plus 2 is going to be 7, so it's going to print 7. Now ChatGPT gave a bit of a complicated answer because it did the code thing, etc., and it was a bit too overcomplicated. Next, DeepSeek. DeepSeek gave the answer was similar to ChatGPT. So for this round, Gemini gets the point. The last question of this video. Write a function in Python that takes a number and returns the number plus 10. You can even describe it in words instead of writing code. Now, all of the AIs decided to write the code, and that was good because that's what I wanted. So, starting with Gemini. Gemini added the def function, which is a function in Python, and explained it well, I guess. Next, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, similar to Gemini, explained it pretty good, but there was still something missing. Last but definitely not least, DeepSeek. DeepSeek explained it perfectly and also gave it how we could make this all work together. So DeepSeek gets the point for this round. The total of part 4 is 2 points for Gemini, 1 point for ChatGPT, and 1 point for DeepSeek. Let's add all of the scores to see which AI is the best. Okay, so after adding in all the points, the winner is, drumroll, Gemini. That was pretty predictable because behind Gemini is Google, and Google added so many features inside of Gemini to make it amazing. So Gemini got 7 points, ChatGPT got 6 points, and DeepSeek got 5 points. Meaning Gemini only got 1 question either incorrect or a bit worse than all the other AIs. This was just like a test to see which AI would be the best in all of these challenges. But if you have an AI in mind, you can comment it below. But if you like videos like this, then click on the screen to see about space, to see what is space and what is next for space. Else, like and subscribe. I'm good.